Footsteps crisp on icy stone, breath like ghosts in silver chains as we wander on our own. Gloves tucked deep in coat-lined seams, collars raised against the chill, side by side and drifting seams, moving slow without a will. Midnight date and winter air, that wraps around. Closed shop windows dark and still, reflections ghosts along the glass, frozen fountains on the as the moments pass. You brush snowflakes from my sleeve, smiling like it's nothing rare. Tiny acts that make believe this cold is easier to bear. Midnight date and winter air, lingering where few remain. Become a pair, crossing through the silent rain. If someday warmth replaces this and frosty scenes are hard to find, I'll still recall that breathless bliss we left within the cold behind. Street lamps, halo, empty lanes, footsteps crisp on icy stone. Breath like ghosts in silver chains as we wander on our own. Gloves tucked deep in coat-lined seams, collars raised against the chill, side by side in drifting seams, moving slow without a will. Midnight date in the winter air, quiet roads and fitting sound, every glance a gentle dare in without intent. Awkward laughs we can't replace over something accidental meant. The warmth we didn't plan found us standing side by side. No grand gesture, no big span, just comfort we could not deny. Passing taxis, sending spray. Little moments start to blur as minutes slowly slip away. You offered half your jacket seam without a word, without a cue. Simple act, a quiet beam of kindness breaking through. The warmth we didn't plan settled softly in the air. Nothing either could command, yet suddenly it was there. If someday storms no longer fall and chance no longer lends a hand, I'll still recall it after all. The warmth we didn't The warmth we didn't plan. The warmth we didn't plan. Buskers playing by the square, coins that shimmer in a case. You pause midway on the stair, with sunlight resting on your face. The crowds dissolve into a blur. Background noise begins to fade. Something gentle starts to stir in the glance your lips just made. You smile like a love song, soft and easy, sweet and clear. Oh, reach out wide, seagulls circle over sand. Tides retreat, then gently glide, leaving patterns on the land. Salted breeze along our hair, footprints trailing side by side. Nothing spoken, nothing rare, just the pull of turning tide. Pink skies, bare hands, fingers brushing grain by grain. No grand words, no grand plans, just a touch we can't explain. Driftwood resting by our feet, shells half buried in the shore. Waves repeat their soft repeat, like something heard before. You reach out without a sound, tracing lines across my palm. In that contact we both found a simple wordless calm. Pink skies, bare hands, nothing else we need to say. Silent warmth that understands more than language ever If colors fade from where we stand and oceans pull their hues apart, I'll still recall your open hand and how it settled in my heart. Corner table, late cafe, sugar packets torn in two. You looked up across the tray, like the whole place faded from view. Teacups cooling by our hands, nervous smiles we couldn't hide. Tiny shifts no one understands as courage gathered up inside. The way you said be mine, soft but clear against the air. Every syllable a sign that something rare was resting there. Raindrops tapping on the roof, neon buzzing by the door. You lean closer with the proof of feelings neither felt before. Eyes refusing to let go of the answer in my face. Everything began to slow in that fragile glowing space. The way you said be mine, gentle, careful, almost shy. Every word fell into line, like stars arranged across the sky. If echoes fade from one on the ground. Window frames and crystal lace, chimney breath without a sound, drifts across the silent space. Boots left drying by the door, coats collapse onto a chair. You step closer than before, melting frost from winter air. Snow outside, fire inside, embers glowing amber bright. All the chill we try to hide fades within this fragile light. Kettle hums a gentle tone, mugs rest warm in waiting hands. In this room we stand alone, far from crowded distant lands. Fingers brush along my sleeve, sending heat beneath my skin. Little gestures make believe this is where we both begin. Snow outside, fire inside, crackling warmth along the hearth. All the cold we set aside disappears in shared rebirth. If blizzards come and block the way, and icy winds begin to slide, I'll stay here with you and say, snow outside, fire inside. Paper hearts and shop display, ribbon threads of crimson red. I pass them all along the way, with heavier thoughts inside my head. Ink awaits a steady line, cards still blank upon the desk. Every feeling seeks a sign to leave this silence picturesque. Your name on my Valentine, written slow and careful stroke. Twilight drifts across an empty cave. Footsteps linger where we used to be. Hands that trembled, barely letting go. Moments suspended in the fading glow. Every glance carries a weight unspoken, a fragile pause before hearts are broken. The hour between goodbye and forever. Time stands still, nothing feels clever. Holding the seconds that slip through our hands, chasing the echoes of love's last dance. Waves whisper softly against the pier. Shadows stretch long, drawing you near. Eyes that glimmer with a fleeting light, marking the edge of day and night. Every heartbeat trembles on the line, balancing between yours and mine. The hour between goodbye and forever. Time stands still, nothing feels clever. Holding the seconds that slip through our hands, chasing the echoes of love's last dance. Moon ascends as the horizon bends. Every ending feels like it never ends. Though the world moves and the hours sever, I remember the hour between goodbye and forever. Raindrops slide down the old cafe glass. Footsteps echo where the shadows pass. Words we never said are soaked in the street. Moments dissolve beneath our fleeting feet. Every sigh drifts like smoke in the air. Secrets unravel, fragile and bare. Rain stains and confessions written in blue. Every drop carries a piece of you. Falling softly where strays, forgotten signs. A figure flickers at the edge of my view. Something familiar, yet strange and new. Every shadow bends beneath your gaze. Moments linger in the midnight haze. I saw you in the dark, just out of reach. Like a lesson only silence could teach. Fading between the night and the light, haunting the edges of my wind hums softly through the empty hall. Your presence whispers but never calls. Eyes that glimmer where the darkness lies, holding the truth that daylight denies. Every heartbeat trembles with a spark, pulling me closer into the dark. I saw you in the dark, just out of reach. Like a lesson only silence could teach. Fading between the night and the light, haunting the edges of my sight. Dawn arrives, but the shadows remain, tracing the outline of what can't be named. Though the world wakes, the night leaves its mark. I will remember when I saw you in the dark. When I saw you in the dark. Rain poured over the streets we knew. Footsteps faded where our dreams once grew. Your hand slipped slowly from mine. Shadows swallowed the fragile line. Every word we left unsaid remains. A quiet echo through the pouring rain. The night we couldn't hold on slipped away. Moments unraveling into gray. Hearts like paper torn by the wind. Searching for invisible chains. Though the world moves, we're left in between, haunted forever by what might have been. What might have engine hum beneath tired hands, street signs blurred past the glass. I missed a turn I always take, let the moment stretch and pass. Radio static filled the space between the thoughts I couldn't shake. Every mile you added weight to the choice I wouldn't make. When the drive took longer home, I knew I wasn't ready yet. Every road I should have known carried pieces I regret. Traffic lights changed out of sync, like they knew I lost my pace. I slowed down just to think about the look upon your face. Hands stayed steady on the wheel, but my mind began to roam. I kept moving just to feel why this road felt so alone. When the drive took longer home, I knew I wasn't ready yet. Every road I should have known carried pieces I regret. I parked beneath the quiet sky, sat there longer than I planned. When the drive took longer home, that's when I started to understand.